Do you know what happens to most people over 60 when they close their eyes at night? The world fades to black. Not just because they're going to sleep, but because their vision is quietly slipping away, day by day. And here's the truth nobody wants to tell you. By the time you notice it, you've already lost more than you can get back. But what if I told you? 4 simple dried fruits could help you wake up seeing clearer than you have in years. I'm not talking about a magic pill, and I'm not talking about wishful thinking. I'm talking about science, nature, and a choice you can make before your head hits the pillow tonight. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you looked in the mirror and noticed your eyes didn't sparkle the way they used to? You might chalk it up to age, stress, or just how it is. But I'm here to tell you, that dullness, that slow fade, is not inevitable. If your eyesight feels foggy in the morning, if you find yourself squinting to read your phone, or if night driving has turned into a dangerous guessing game, this could be your wake-up call. Because here's the hidden threat. While you're sleeping, your eyes are starving. Not for light, not for glasses, but for the nutrients that keep your retina sharp, your lenses clear, and your optic nerve firing like it did in your youth. And the tragedy is, most seniors never hear this. They go to bed without giving their eyes what they need, and year after year the damage quietly builds. But you're listening now, and that changes everything. I've seen too many patients, smart, capable, independent, lose confidence because their vision betrayed them. They stopped reading at night. They stopped driving to see friends. They stopped painting, gardening, even cooking without help. Independence is fragile, and I'll be blunt. Lose your vision, and you lose a piece of yourself. That's why this matters. That's why I need you to listen closely. Tonight, I want you to start a ritual. It takes less than 5 minutes, costs less than your morning coffee, and could feed your eyes exactly what they've been missing. I'm talking about 4 dried fruits that have been quietly studied for their impact on eye health. These aren't exotic or impossible to find. You could pick them up at your local store today. Pause for a moment and think. How many years have your eyes served you without fail? They've let you watch your children grow, spot your loved ones in a crowd, and notice the small beauty of life. The curve of a smile, the gold of a sunset, the sparkle in a grandchild's eyes. Don't they deserve a little care in return? Before I reveal the first fruit, I want you to do something for me. Cover your left eye. Now focus on something across the room. Switch to your right eye. Did you notice any difference? Even a small one? That's your vision sending you a quiet message. The first dried fruit on our list is one your grandmother probably kept in the pantry: dried apricots. These golden slices are packed with vitamin A and beta-carotene, nutrients your retina drinks in like water. Without them, the cells in your eyes can't regenerate properly overnight. Eat a handful before bed, and you're giving your vision the raw materials it needs to repair and refresh while you sleep. But apricots are just the start. Because the second fruit, and this one might surprise you, works in a completely different way. The second dried fruit is the humble raisin. You might think of them as lunchbox snacks for kids, but inside those little wrinkled skins is a powerhouse of antioxidants, especially polyphenols, that protect the delicate blood vessels feeding your eyes. Imagine your optic nerve like a high-speed internet cable. If the cable gets frayed, signals slow down or stop altogether. Raisins help keep that cable protected, so your eyes stay connected to your brain at lightning speed. Here's the part most people don't know. The antioxidants in raisins don't just protect, they help fight the microscopic inflammation that builds up in your eye tissue over time. And inflammation is the silent thief of vision. You don't feel it happening, but one day you realize street signs blur, faces lose definition, and reading takes effort. A small handful of raisins before bed can be like sending your eyes into a spa, repairing, soothing, and restoring overnight. Now I know some of you might be thinking, Dr. Fine, dried fruits are sugary. Isn't sugar bad for my health? And honestly, you're right to ask. Here's the key. We're talking about controlled portions, eaten at the right time, combined with balance in your daily diet. The small natural sugar content in these fruits, paired with their powerful nutrients, actually works with your body while you sleep. This isn't mindless snacking, this is precision fueling. So, I'll tell you a quick story. One of my patients, Harold, came to me after his night driving had become, well, a nightmare. Headlights looked like exploding stars. His confidence was shot. We added this dried fruit ritual to his evening, alongside some other adjustments, and 3 months later, he told me something I'll never forget. "Doc, I drove my wife to the movies last night and I didn't feel scared once. That's not magic. That's giving your body what it needs to do its job. The third dried fruit? Dates. They're rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, two compounds that, honestly, act like sunglasses from the inside out. They filter harmful blue light and UV rays that damage your retina, especially as you age. Think about how many hours you've spent under sunlight or looking at screens over your lifetime. That exposure, really adds up. Dates help your eyes recover from the constant assault, so when you wake up, they're ready to face another day. Here's your interactive challenge. Tonight before bed, I want you to eat one of each. An apricot, a small handful of raisins, and one date. Chew slowly. Pay attention to the flavors. Then, just close your eyes for 10 seconds and imagine those nutrients traveling straight to your eyes, coating and repairing every fragile cell. Sound silly? It's not. Visualization actually primes your body to respond more effectively to what you give it. But we're not done. The fourth dried fruit is one you probably enjoy without realizing it's a vision hero: dried figs. Packed with omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin K and zinc, figs strengthen the microcapillaries that feed your eyes and support the fluid balance inside your eyeball. That means sharper focus, better night vision, and less eye strain. Think of figs as the quiet architect, making sure the structure of your eyes stays solid for years to come. Now let's connect the dots. These four dried fruits, apricots, raisins, dates, and figs, don't work in isolation. They're like a symphony. One repairs tissue, another strengthens blood flow, another shields against light damage. The last reinforces structure. Together they create the overnight conditions your eyes need to restore clarity. And here's my warning. This only works if you do it consistently. Skip nights and you lose momentum. Your eyes, like any other part of your body, thrive on routine. You wouldn't water a plant once and expect it to bloom forever. The same goes for your vision. In just a moment, I'm going to give you the exact nightly plan I recommend. How much of each fruit, how to combine them, and one secret step that makes their effect even stronger. Here's the nightly plan I've used with countless seniors who wanted sharper, clearer vision, and more importantly, the freedom that comes with it. About 30 minutes before bed, sit down at the table. No phone, no TV. Just you and your small plate of 4 vision-restoring allies, 2 dried apricots, a small handful of raisins, about 20 to 25 pieces, 1 medjool date or 2 smaller dates, and 2 dried figs. Eat them slowly, in that order. Apricots first, let their soft tang set the tone. Then the raisins, small but mighty, each one like a protective shield. Move to the date, rich, sweet, and heavy with those light-filtering compounds your eyes crave. Finish with the figs, chewy, grounding, locking in the repair work while you sleep. Now here's the secret step. Finish your ritual with 1 glass of lukewarm water. Not ice cold, not boiling. Lukewarm. Why? Because it helps your digestive system move those nutrients efficiently without jolting your system or slowing it down. Think of it as the gentle river that carries your eye-healing compounds straight to where they're needed most. I want you to do something else, a simple test. When you wake up tomorrow morning, before you grab your phone or turn on the lights, look at a small object across the room. Notice the edges, the color, the sharpness. Then write down what you see in a small notebook. This isn't just for fun. Over the next few weeks, you'll start noticing changes. Subtle at first, then undeniable. And when you see progress, you'll know you're not just getting older. You're getting better. Some of you might still be skeptical. You've been told vision loss is inevitable. You've heard that nothing works. And yes, nothing works if you do nothing. But action, even small action, creates change. Your body is always listening. Your eyes are no exception. I'll tell you another story. Maria, a retired teacher, had been struggling with glare for years. She told me she'd stopped reading at night because the page looked like a washed-out blur. We started this dried fruit ritual. 6 weeks in, she called me, her voice trembling. I just finished a book in bed without squinting once. Do you know what that meant to her? Freedom, joy, a piece of herself she thought was gone forever. And maybe that's the bigger truth here. Yes, we're talking about vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. But we're also talking about independence. About walking into a room and seeing faces clearly. About driving to see your grandkids without fear. About reading scripture, recipes, letters, not because someone read them to you, but because your own eyes delivered every word. So here's my challenge to you. Start tonight. Don't put this off. You've already lost enough time to hesitation. Go to your pantry or your grocery store, get these 4 dried fruits, and set them out. Treat them like medicine for your independence. And remember, this is not a quick fix. It's a lifelong investment in the vision you need for the life you deserve. We're in this together. This community, Seniors Daily, is your family in the fight to stay sharp, strong, and free. So when you try this ritual, come back and tell us what you noticed. Share your small wins in the comments, so the rest of our family can be encouraged to keep going. You've beaten odds before. You've rebuilt, recovered, risen again. Now it's time to do it for your eyes, not just for yourself, but for your loved ones who need you to keep seeing the beauty in them and in life. Subscribe now so you don't miss the next tool in your fight back arsenal. Turn on notifications so you're the first to get it. And tell us in the comments, which of these 4 fruits will you try tonight? Because tomorrow morning, when you open your eyes and see the world just a little sharper, you'll know the fight is worth it.